from this guy, Vlad, who says,
Okay.
I have this product and I was wondering if you would consider, coming on board with us as an artist and all this stuff based on what we know about you and tone and
Sure.
the way you deal with sound and all this stuff. And I was like, well, I can't say yes because I haven't heard it yet. What do you have? What are you talking about? And I could tell it wasn't spam. It's just a really genuinely nice guy sounding, and we went back and forth a little bit. He said, well, let me send you these and then you tell me what you think. I was like, perfect. They're called tone wings. And these are metal, sort of bent plates that actually mount inside the shell of the drum.
Oh, so they're not sitting on the head. They're inside, pushing up against the head.
You're actually pulling your mounting, your
lugs,
your hardware screws, not the lugs, but the female side. You're actually pulling that,
right?
And you're mounting these in. And I've tried. Now we're doing like facing each other in the same way. Now the way they describe them, I tend to disagree with because I have a long history with drum accessories with kickboard.
They push up against the head, correct?
No, they do not. So this is the thing, because this is something I am very well versed in.
So hang on, I need to ask, what do they touch inside the drum?
The shell.
That's it.
Yes.
And it's just like a little, like it looks like it's maybe 2 inches long. And
so in effect, what it's doing is, the way they describe it is that it adds mass to the shell. And I don't disagree with that, but let me explain this a little differently. What I find that it does is that it alters the tone by increasing the density and redirecting the wave development more cyclonic almost inside the drum itself.
It breaks up the square wave inside the drum.
Correct. So instead of being a dampener that takes the overtones out, this actually allows the drum to resonate naturally. The drum, when you hit it, everything happens, but it contours the way that the wave develops in such a way that it shortens the duration slightly the way a dampener would, but actually doesn't alter the tonality of the drum itself. This is really cool on floor toms. It's really cool. They use them on snares. And so I've been just starting to get into this because I like the idea of it, but I was very skeptical. Because you can configure these differently, it does take a little bit of trial and error to get them just right.
Of course.
But
anybody who's tuned drums understands trial and error at their core.
So what I really liked about this was what it did on a brass snare and what it did on a really, really cheap snare. Like of course it's going to sound great. Right. Like it's going to sound great on anything. If I have a really expensive snare that I bought because of the way that it sounds, and I tried one, it's okay, it cleans it up a little. But like if you have like a $200 and there's nothing wrong with that, but if you
no,
okay,
you get some crappy little snare you bought on Amazon,
you have a side snare and you're like, okay, I got to put 2-ply coated on it, and it's got to be a reverse CS, and I got to put 30 strand wires on the bottom, and I got to do this to get this thing to sound like what it
you got to put another $200 worth of gear on it to make it sound good. Yep. But
this thing, you put these inside and you mount them around, especially on like a piccolo snare or just it creates enough of a channel of the wave development internal to the drum that it contours the overtones, is the only way I can describe it. You're not really dampening. You're not really changing anything, but you're adding weight to the shell.
Yeah.
And you're adding the ability for the wave to develop in such a way that you're getting all of the pitch and all of the tone, but you've adjusted your overtones just slightly. And it's not a really super dramatic effect, but it sounds really good. It definitely does the job, and it does it without adding anything to the surface of the head.
You can buy these. You can buy a 5-pack of these. Well, let's see. They come in different sizes, it looks like. A 4-pack of the regular size, whatever that is $90. A 5-pack of the mini size is $70. So like you said, some trial and error.